All right.
Okay, is everyone here? Hold on, wait
Uh,
for Chad to get back. Hello? Frank or Z, if you can see me. If you can see the stream. Alright, everyone's here.
Wait,
yeah,
I
I think we're
can't see
good.
the stream. What? That's unfair.
Uh,
Wait, what?
uh, you don't need to see the
Whatever.
screen.
Yeah, I don't need the stream because I'm
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, I just made it easier to edit the VOD. Yeah, that's the reason why.
Nice. Okay.
Alright.
Well.
Alright, we're actually gonna start. Alright, countdown. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, gamers. This is Kita, and today we have a very special playthrough of Majora's Mask. I have some people here to help me commentate.
Hey, I'm
Hello, I'm
ZFG.
Jackenheimer.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, nice. You go ahead. You're
Okay,
ZFG.
yeah, I'm ZFG.
And I'm Jackenheimer.
And so
Uh,
what are we watching today, Kita?
Today we're doing the real 3-day challenge, which, for those that don't know, one of the oldest Zelda challenges there is called the 3-day challenge, where you do first cycle and then you have 3 days to beat the game. However, this puts a new spin on that category because we're going to be using SRM to turn human in first cycle and complete the game. So not only is this in less time, so instead of having 6 days or 2 cycles, we have one cycle. We do everything in one cycle. We also, because we're using SRM to turn human, we won't have access to Ocarina or Song of Healing, and we won't have inverted Song of Time. So time moves 3 times slower when you use inverted. We don't have access to that. And on top of that, when you don't have Ocarina, time moves 5 times slower than inverted. So that was a
Or
lot,
you mean five
but
times faster?
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that was a lot. I don't want to mean to overwhelm people, but that's like a very brief introduction. But it will be made clear as we go through.
Yeah, so this is gonna be in true first cycle, as in so you only have your only cycle is the actual first cycle, and time moves faster in that first cycle. And you have no ocarina to manipulate time or anything. So yeah, for people saying like, can we skip first cycle? No, you are not allowed to skip first cycle in this.
And just for clarification, since that was a little confusing, 5 times faster than inverted time. Compared to normal time, it's 5/3 times faster. Don't think about it too hard. We'll make it clear as we go on.
Okay, do we want to talk about the significance of February 21st?
Sure. Yeah, so every February 21st, starting from 2015, we have done a commentated LOTAD every single year. So this is the 8th one. And it's always been either Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. That's just how it turned out.
Yeah, it started because like coincidentally there was just 2 years in a row where two like new LOTADs were released on February 21st, right? Like it was MM 2 pause and then the next year was OoT Hundo 3 pause.
Yep, complete
Yeah.
coincidence.
Yeah, and then so we were just like, okay, well, let's just make this a yearly thing then.
I should also probably mention, I mean, this is probably obvious, but I included the day and time as part of the video. that way when you're watching, you just know like what time it is, how much time is remaining. If you ever see it look something weird, it's just because it's reading like the actual in-game values. So like it really is night 0, 5:58 a.m. During first cycle before you enter clock zone.
Oh yeah, so someone asked about the significance of language. Like, is there a reason this is on English as opposed to Japanese?
Oh, yes, I can answer that. That is just because the SRM setup we will see only works on English. No, the reason for that is just a matter of the heap setup. Just on Japanese, the actors are a little bit larger, or the knots between the actors, and yeah. On Japanese, we did not get lucky, but yeah, English turned out perfect.
Oh, and the astute viewer might have noticed that our file name was 0000000. That's significant. I'm not going to elaborate, but just keep that in the back of your mind.
Seems like chat likes the file name. So it's catchy. Yeah, so this beginning up to getting to Clocktown is still pretty normal, pretty like basic MM stuff. But then once you get to Clocktown, things might start getting different.
Yeah, I was about to say, so the whole idea is that we use SRM to turn human, but we're not able to do that immediately. So something that you have to like look out for is that we still need magic, and we need it to be night 1. Hopefully that's not a spoiler, but it just means that we're stuck as Deku until night 1 at the very earliest. So just remember that as we're going through.
So something you need is something in your inventory. So normally in any percent you would get the Deconuts here. But yeah, it doesn't look like you get them. Yeah.
In any percent you would, but I don't know, I'm kind of built different.
So yeah, for any percent it would just be fastest to get the Deconuts there. And that would then be the only item in your inventory. So yeah, when should I explain the SRM? Because I think that might take a while, or at least a little bit.
Probably once we get into Clocktown. I guess we can explain this real quick, just for people who don't know. But yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a cutscene trigger here. No one count the pauses, by the way. Do not count the pauses.
Did you just fail one?
No.
Okay.
There's a cutscene trigger here that you can skip by advancing 1 frame. You could just pause buffer to skip the cutscene and not watch it.
But yeah, that lets you skip talking to Happy Mass Salesman for the first time.
Yeah, so I'll reset here. Okay. And then yeah, we heard we will get magic and some other stuff, I guess. But nothing too spectacular for now, I guess. So yeah, should I explain this already?
Yeah, but first I just want to say, like, since we can't do SRM until night, I'm basically going to be using the first day to, like, prepare, like, just get, like, rupees and stuff. So you can go ahead.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, okay, so SRM stands for Stale Reference Manipulation, and it is a glitch in both N64 Zeldas, also the 3DS remakes. Yeah, it is a glitch based on carrying something, so the carry mechanic of the games are responsible for the glitch, basically. And yeah, when I say carrying, I mean just any actor that you can pick up as Link, as Human Link, for example. You pick up a bush, or other example is with a boomerang. You can boomerang a rupee, for example. So that mechanic like that. So we need to look at how that mechanic works in theory. So let me just read this. Okay. So how does carrying something work on a technical level? We need... I'm sorry, I'm blacked out a little bit. I probably got the Rona, by the way. Okay, so how it works is a parent actor, so the one who is carrying, and usually that's Link, needs to pick up the child actor, and then where the child actor is loaded in memory, for that we get a pointer. So pointer is basically just a memory address. So let's say a port is loaded to memory address 42069, let's just say that. And Link picks up that port, then Link will create a pointer to, yeah, 42069. Yeah, so Link will always remember where the port is in memory with that pointer. And then the game looks up the position of Link, or his hands to be exact, and then it just applies the position of the hands to the port. So that is how the carrying mechanic overall works. Yeah, normally the child actor, or the pointer to the child actor is set to 0 once the actor dies. So let's say you pick up your pot and run into a bomb explosion. Yeah, then the pot is gone, and also that pointer is set to null, and Link drops his hands and stops writing position and angle data. But when you can prevent that pointer from being set to null, then SRM happens. Now there are some tricks to prevent that the pointer is set to 0. And if you manage to do that, then yeah, you get SRM. So what we want is the pot being gone, but still right position and angle data to 42069. I already said that. Whatever. So where the thing we carried, there's no free memory because yeah, in our example the pot is gone, but we still keep writing that data, and because the pot is gone, the memory is free and something new can load there. So let's say something loads exactly to where the pot was. I don't know, in observatory, for example, there are a lot of torches. Let's say the torch loads exactly where the pot was. Then you would just start carrying around the pot. So that would be simple displacement SRM. The simplest way of SRM. But yeah, very powerful it becomes when things start to load misaligned. So, for example, when instead of the torch in observatory, the treasure chest just loads exactly so that we would manipulate the contents of the chest with our angle data. So that would be the example for chest SRM. So you can just get any item. But yeah, what we will do here is actually something a little bit different. So when Link charges the Deku Bubble, he also carries that Deku Bubble around. It might sound a little bit weird, but yeah, it's the same mechanic. Just Deku Link carries around the bubble, not with his hands, but I don't know, with his face or his mouth or nose, I don't know. But yeah, it's the same mechanic. So what we need is something to put Link in a frozen state so that he will not deactivate that pointer. So what we will use is catching a Bomber Kid. When you catch a Bomber Kid during the hide and seek game, then yeah, we get exactly that frozen state that we need. The bubble, however, is not put in that state, so the bubble will just keep blowing up and then pop, and yeah, the bubble is gone. But the pointer to right position and angle data will still remain, and yeah, then we get SRM. And the thing that we will manipulate will be some smoke. So there's a balloon in North Clocktown, so we will do this in North Clocktown. And there's this balloon with the Majora mask. And yeah, when you load it up with the Deku Bubble, then some smoke spawns, and we manipulate some of the code of the smoke. We will write to the destroy function, we will write one line with our accent Y angle. And yeah, thereby doing a little bit of arbitrary code execution. And yeah, what that will do, I guess you will see later, if you have not seen any percent yet.
Okay. To catch people up to speed, by the way, on what we've been doing while waiting for night, I got the Moons tier. Not gonna say why, but remember that I got it. Just keep that in the back of your mind. And we're also getting the adult wallet. Just slight spoilers. Maybe you thought I was getting 200 rupees for a different reason, but I'm getting the adult wallet. Sorry you had to find out this way. But then, we're basically ready to do the SRM, which Turkenheimer just explained. I actually don't know anything about SRM. I was just following orders when I made this, and it worked.
Yeah. We had to do some adjustments to make it work on BizHawk. But yeah, it works fine now.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, what I've done with this TAS, I made it on BizHawk. BizHawk crashes on certain things that Wii Virtual Console doesn't. So for those things, like such as the SRM, we just made it so that it doesn't crash.
Yeah. So basically, effectively, we emulate Wii and not N64 for this run. More or less.
Yeah, just pretend this is done on a Wii. Hey, my cat's blocking the screen again. Alright, moment of truth coming up. There's nothing left to do while we wait for night, so we're just chilling here.
By the way, so you collected those 2 rupees from the Keaton bushes at first, right? Couldn't you have gotten the 5 rupees in Laundry Pool?
I could have done a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters because of waiting for night.
But dude, 2 seconds, probably.
I actually did this segment so long in advance before everything else just to see if it was possible. So
Yeah, makes sense.
if anyone thought that like this looks really unoptimized, valid and correct. But also it gets better after this point, so don't worry.
Yeah, so again, it's just waiting for night, and then as soon as it turns night, that Bomber Kid below is going to be used for magic.
Okay. It's night. Everything matters now.
Doing the SRM setup.
I don't want to talk about it.
And yeah, so that bubble is gonna pop. And that bubble popping as the camera was panning let something else load, which I guess was the smoke from the exploding balloon.
And there we go.
Yeah, and then
That-
yeah,
That's where the file name came into play, by the way. Correct me if I'm wrong. The file name character represents the item that you can equip.
Yeah.
So lowercase o represents Deku Mask. So I just made it all lowercase o. Just because.
yep. And so that SRM just lets you equip Deku Mask, which means you can finally turn into human in first cycle using Deku Mask.
Yep, so now the real run and challenge begins. Note that we don't have Ocarina. We don't even really have Deku Mask. Like, we have it equipped on our C button, but we don't actually have, like, the real thing. And I'm just doing the Keife quest as a flex. It's obviously not needed to beat the game. Okay, so hopefully everyone knows what hovering is, but if you don't, look it up. Because what we're doing here is we're about to hover to the Hidden Owl. Hidden Owl is an owl that is in West Clocktown that's meant to look like it's in South Clocktown. So it's actually a different owl than the South Clocktown owl. So if we hit that owl and don't hit any other owls, then when we use Song of Soaring later, we can warp to whatever owl we want based off of our map cursor location. Also, you can explain what a Hess is if you want.
Yeah, you roll into a bomb, it sends you backwards really fast, and if you hold just outside the dead zone of the control stick, you get to preserve a very high speed you get from the recoil, and you go fast.
And it looks cool.
Also, I was expecting way more time stop, but there wasn't any of that yet. So
Oh yeah, so
I'm glad you brought
more
that up.
time than me.
yeah, Termina Field's a bit different in first cycle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought both of those things up. So, for one, when you don't have Ocarina, Termina Field has like no actors loaded in it. So there was no cutscene or like chests or enemies or anything.
But it rains on day 2, that's cool.
And for 2, the second point is there is a glitch in Majora's Mask called Time Stop, where you can literally stop time. I actually banned that for this challenge.
Oh my god.
So
I did not expect that.
yeah, we won't be stopping time. We won't be slowing down time with inverted Song of Time because we don't have access to Song of Time. And we won't be resetting day. We won't be doing any of that. So, like, it's 11 p.m. night 1. It'll never be any time before that ever again. Time only moves forward.
Yeah, so my original idea was to make this, more or less this, a challenge category. But I couldn't solve one thing, so I'm really excited to see how the thing's solved. I could not think of any way to get Ocarina or learn Song of Healing.
Stay tuned.
Oh.
Alright, so only reason I got that as human is because the text box is faster. Even though it doesn't matter for game time, it's because I care about the viewing experience.
Thank you. RTA matters too.
So the fastest way to get past this big octo, I'm pretty sure, is a DQ recoil, which I've done in pretty much every LOTAD. So when I wound up doing this, I just got it first try. The whole idea behind that skip is that you have like respawn invincibility where the Octo can't grab you, so you can move past him during that time.
Yeah, and any damage recoil when you're invincible just for some reason sends you back really fast.
Note that I dropped a nut there. That'll be important. Okay, so we are getting Song of Time, but we don't have an ocarina yet, so
You mean Song of Soaring?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
Song of Soaring. See, this is why you're here. You're here to
Yeah.
catch me when I fall.
Exactly.
Okay, and since we don't have Ocarina, what we'll instead do is just kill ourselves to damage warp. Just kidding, we use Ocarina items. You can explain that.
Yeah, so when a bomb explodes on the is it last possible frame, I think, before Link puts his hands down, if you use some kind of cutscene item, in that case I assume it was Deku Mask,
Yep.
it sort of defaults to Link using the ocarina. And so that's one way you can use ocarina without actually having an ocarina.
Yeah, that doesn't solve everything though, by the way, because we still need to learn Song of Healing. If we don't have Song of Healing, we can't get Zora Mask, and Zora Mask is absolutely required to beat the game. So we need to get the real Ocarina somehow.
So I assume doing the Anjun Cafe quest is to get the ocarina, because that definitely gets you the ocarina.
No, it's just a flex. We've been over
Okay.
this. And we are also not going to SRM the Ocarina because SRM is banned for the rest of the run. We only used it to get the Deku Mask, and that's it. Okay, so it's a little faster to Void and Hess here because I want to get to Pirate's Fortress. And when you're Human Link, you swim really slow. Anything that I do from now until getting the Ocarina, you can assume helps me in getting the Ocarina. Except the Keife quest. That does not help me getting the Ocarina. But there is a reason that we want to get to Pirate's Fortress.
Also, I know how you solved the problem. Yeah, my rules were a little bit different. I wanted to unequip Deku Mask. But yeah, there's no way to do this without Deku, I think.
Yeah,
Or is there?
we use the DQ mask. Like once we have it equipped, it is fair game. We have to hover here to the loading zone to Pirate's Fortress because in Majora's Mask, the out of bounds water will void you out. So we have to land directly in it. And okay, we are 1/3 of the way through the run, and we have almost nothing to show for it. Still need to beat all of the dungeons and get the ocarina and song healing.
And you're just sitting around here? Just hitching a ride?
Yeah, human Link swims very slow.
Blind guard, yeah, those guys can't see directly behind them.
Can't hovers crashed the game? That would be new to me.
I think that's only mega flips. I think you're probably thinking of mega flips. If you mess up a mega flip mid hover, it can crash the game. But that's not really a. It's not really a thing with TASs and stuff like this.
Yeah, what's way more common is S crash, like this jig here. This can crash much more easy.
They're all the same concept. You're rolling on the same frame.
You know that that you can skip this with time stop?
Which is banned.
Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Oh my god.
Yeah. I think you can technically do it with pause buffering, but it's probably not worth it.
Oh, who knows?
We want to make an entertaining run.
Yeah.
This cutscene is entertaining, so...
I love this cutscene. It's my favorite.
It's lore. Oh yeah, this is also a good time to mention that time basically only moves when you see the clock. So whenever you don't see the clock on the screen, time's probably staying still. Also, that cutscene was a little weird.
Oh, so that's why the text box came up to like just save that little bit of game time?
No, it was just cool.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it might have saved a little time, but it
like
made the cutscene look weird. Okay, so the reason we were actually here was to get the hookshot, which is the item in this chest. Sorry for spoilers. Now we have everything we need. No, we don't. But almost. It's slightly faster to drink things as Deku.
Yeah, don't forget to hydrate, guys.
Okay, and here's why we got rid of the nut. Because without the nut, we can do an ESS dupe. By trying to use the item and failing, and then using the bottled item, we can duplicate a bottle over that slot. So now we have bottle over nut slot, and then we just got rid of the fairy, so we have 2 empty bottles now. Okay, we got milk. We actually skipped a text box there, which you wouldn't have known if I didn't tell you, so that's why I pointed it out.
It's pretty funny, the second text box of the Gorman Bro only activates when you walk close to him.
Okay, so the only reason I just warped to Snowhead is because where you can warp is based off of your map cursor. So if Snowhead is on your map, you can warp to Woodfall, which is where I actually wanted to go. And from here, we're going to get Ocarina using get item manipulation, which I have to spoil because otherwise I have no time to explain this. So in order to, actually, I don't even know what to say for this. That's not that important. Just know that this is like a Turkenheimer trick. I don't know anything about how this trick works.
No, I didn't find this.
Oh my god.
This was found in MM3D. But yeah, there's a method of GIM, so you will open the chest but then not get what actually is in there.
Oh, was that drinking milk as you open the chest?
That was remote hookshot, which I will gladly explain later, which is how we got get item manipulation in the first place.
Or wait, did that give you Ocarina?
So
Yes.
we use remote hookshot to activate open A in front of the chest, and open A keeps the get item state of the chest, so that when you enter water, you get an item based off of that. Sorry
Okay,
for
so
that
interesting.
explanation.
So there's Ocarina.
Yeah.
But if you know the zombie have an Ocarina of Time, it's basically the same state. Except we didn't see it for long because he just jumped into the water.
Yeah, it just happened so quickly.
And yeah, as some people, astute viewers, congratulate yourself for noticing this. Once we get Ocarina, time moves normally again. So now we're at like normal speed. Time isn't like extremely fast anymore.
Although you still don't have inverted song time or double song time, right?
Correct. And we will never get it. We don't have any Song of Time, so that means we also can't like store Song of Time or anything like that either. But yeah, I will explain remote hookshot because that will come up again. As for GIM, you can look it up on ZeldaSpeedruns.com.
I guess I can do a
knowledge.
I can try to do a really quick explanation. Basically, you have the game in a state where it thinks you're supposed to get an item, but it didn't go all the way through. And normally the way that the game would give you the item is if you resurface in the water, because normally if you're like diving or something, you can't get the item until you actually resurface. And if you go in front of a chest before you actually get that item, it can change the value of that item. Then you go into the water and you can get this completely different item. In that case, that chest back at Woodfall changed the item into Ocarina. So then you just go in the water and then out comes Ocarina. I think in MM, most items end up being Ocarina with GIM, right?
Yeah. Some light arrows.
Yeah, in OoT, there's like a lot of different items that different chests can be, but in MM, they're like very concentrated on either being Ocarina of Time or light arrows or something like that.
Yeah, you will never see GIM being used for anything other than those two items. Remember that though.
Well, with SRM. Oh, you mean in this run, yeah?
Yeah, because we don't have SRM. It's banned.
Yeah, but you could use SRM to then GIM something else, but that's redundant and stupid.
Now, instead of all that nerd talk, those are just some cool Hesses. That's something the viewers can really appreciate. So, don't worry, I got you guys.
Yeah, always love a good Hess.
Looks like
Especially-
it is with ESS adapter.
Especially the nervous Hesses, the nosy Hesses. I love those. I said nervous Hess, not nosy Hess. Nervous because it looks like he's shaking.
Okay.
Isn't that actually slower because it's in a zigzag?
I think it is slower. I don't do it that often.
It's cool though.
It is
Yeah.
cool. And it is a LOTAD, which means that I could just do whatever I want, which I do. You'll find that I do whatever I want.
Oh, nosy, yes. I meant no space the letter Z.
Okay. Time doesn't move here, so none of that mattered. But now we can finally get Song of Healing, because
I've
what
never
we needed for that was Ocarina.
I've never seen them shake Human Link like that. That looked really weird.
So yeah, if you have Ocarina but not Song of Healing, then he teaches the song to you.
This will also give us the real Deku mask. So earlier, like, we didn't have the real one, it was just equipped on C, so we weren't allowed to pause and equip over it, or else we would just lose access to Deku. And then we wouldn't be able to get Hookshot if we did that.
Oh,
Well, we're all
to
good now.
correct myself. Anything else could also work in Ocarina slot. So if you have a glitched bottle or something, that would also work.
Yeah, it just checks that it's not empty. Alright, so first cycle is finally over. Now that we got the Deku mask.
"41 minutes, dude. That's so slow."
And day 2.
Yeah.
We're almost halfway
What
through.
did you do?
Still haven't entered a dungeon yet.
Well, I mean, just like no major glitches speedrun, 41 minutes in and then go in the first dungeon.
Someone asking if this is faster than doing first cycle. In a speedrun, you would not arbitrarily use SRM once and then not use it. You would just use SRM and then proceed to do whatever you're doing because it's faster. And that would be faster than going through first cycle. This is a completely different challenge where we need to do this because we need Zora Mask in order to beat the game. And we also need to turn human before then in order to meet the constraints of the challenge. So everything that we've done so far has been necessary, except Cafe Quest, because that was a flex.
Yeah, it's just SRM just for that one thing for getting Deku Mask in first cycle, just because that's what makes it interesting.
SRM setup is possible RTA. There's a speedrunner named, I think, Jake's ZSR. He helped me learn some stuff about it. I didn't really know what I was doing, I was just following instructions. But yeah, people do it in real time.
Well, not as quickly as this. Like unbuffered, that was impressive.
Yeah, so this is this cool scene walk where you can just walk up this mountain here and skip climbing the big ladder. Way faster. And cooler.
Yeah, no reason to ever not do that.
Yeah.
Why do we need Goron?
Because
Just
Goron's
keep
fast.
that in the back of your mind.
Hmm.
Just keep it in there. We'll get to that.
He's a fast guy.
Goron is good for game time. You'll find that I'm Goron for a lot of the remainder of this. Sorry for spoilers, but this cutscene gives us the Goron mask.
Never would have guessed.
Actually, the cutscene after this cutscene gives us Goron Mask. I know that because you can wrong rope to that cutscene with SRM.
Okay, so we still need Zora mask. And then we can start doing stuff, because it's getting kind of late. It's already 1:03. Okay, so here we are getting Zora mask because it's required to beat the game. He is in a different position depending on the day. So day 2, he's all the way over here. Nothing I can really do about that.
Does he always get farther out each day, or is like one day closer?
First day is the closest. Second day is the farthest. Third day, he's like next to the owl platform.
Okay.
So this is the worst day to do it, but this is the day that I had to do it.
Could you not have pushed him to the shore earlier? Maybe, I don't
I
know.
was going to, but two reasons why I couldn't. One is because I didn't have Ocarina, so time was moving faster. And also, if I did, it would have turned day while I was hovering into Pirate's Fortress, which would have messed everything up. And you can grab him to get a faster cutscene of this, but that loses time. So there's not really a reason to do that. It loses game time, not real time.
Yeah, special shoutouts to Enop, who now is always driving trains during this cutscene.
Man, I think that's almost, what, like 9 years old now? 8 or 9 years old.
The special shoutouts to Enop thing?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, I wasn't there.
Eight years. Dude, I didn't know what speedrunning is before 2018.
And you still know that old reference?
Well, yeah. I've watched a lot of videos.
Good.
Dude, it's super unpopular in Germany. It's not my fault. Oh yeah, greetings from Germany.
Okay, so I'm actually warping to Great Bay Coast instead of just moving there because it takes less game time to do that, and I'm extra like that instead of just walking here because I'm trying to go to Pinnacle Rock right now. And here we have a super swim.
Did you not grab the bomb? Well, explain Super Swim.
Yeah, super swim is when you can elongate the amount of time that you're underwater without losing speed by alternating B and A with rhythm.
Dude, I triggered the Germans in chat. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, so those that are familiar with Majora's Mask know that there are 7 eggs that you need to collect for the egg quest. We're only going to get 1 egg. I'm not going to say how, even though it's very common in speedruns, so a lot of you know the answer, but we'll still explain as we do it, for those that don't know, which is valid. If you don't know how I'm going to do this with 1 egg, you are extremely valid, and I will explain for you.
Hey, don't even have Epona. Don't you need Epona?
We don't need Epona for this run. Can't get Epona anyway, because Epona's day 1 only, and we can never go back to day 1. Alright, so we are going to do Equip Swap to duplicate the egg, which mechanically the way to do that is to have your menu cursor over the item that you want, and then switch screens, and then when you go back to the screen, you have a frame to equip an item over the C slot, in this case Moon's Tier, which is why I got Moon's Tier. So for those of you that took note of that when I said to, that's why we got it. It only works on items that are close enough to the borders, like Ocarina or Moon's Tier.
Yeah, it has to be the first item that the cursor moves to when you switch screens.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, when you would move to the map screen before unpausing, you would save 1 frame every time. So you lost 7 frames here. Oh no, 6 frames. For every dupe. Unoptimized.
Wait, what was the optimization? Alright, we're good now. We got the eggs. It's that easy. We can actually skip this cutscene by just mashing Ocarina. You could try that at home. It works, no matter what console you're on.
Yeah, it's like a 2-frame window too, so it's not really that hard.
It's like a 10-frame window on PAL. Pretty easy. No, just kidding.
Okay, finally we're gonna do our first dungeon. Near the end of day 2. Still have to beat all 4 dungeons before time runs out.
Why do we need Goron?
Oh, yeah, I actually forgot to mention something. We're gonna be getting all fairy rewards too.
Oh my god.
Just to flex.
Yeah, as a flex.
Okay, I think this is RTA viable. Easily. Like even without time stop, probably. Or day resets. Did you get the fairy mask?
Good question. We actually can't get the fairy mask
Oh
because
yeah.
we
Wait,
got
no.
magic. We got magic in this one cycle, and once you have magic, you can't get the Great Fairy Mask in the same cycle.
Well, that's going to be
Actually,
interesting.
yeah, that's actually so. That means all fairy rewards with no
Yeah.
fairy mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
especially
to.
in Snow Temple.
We have to get all of the fairies like manually, physically touch all the fairies instead of having them come to us. So that fairy, for example, we wanted to hit with Bow because Bow drops it down instead of exploding it. That way we could just grab the fairy in the water instead of having it like hover in the air. Here we use action swap to light the torch. I don't really know how action swap works. It is very mysterious to me. But
Mixed actions somehow.
Yeah, it's short version is you do like two weird actions that are like interfering with each other, and it can cause some other weird thing to happen. In that case, shooting a lit arrow.
yeah, so in order for that arrow shot, we needed stick and we needed quiver, because without the quiver we couldn't shoot the arrow.
Oh, are you doing the thing? Yes. No, wait,
Nice.
no. I thought you'd jump into the water. That would be cool, because Deku just keeps burning and not voiding because he's hopping on water.
That wouldn't help us though. But yes, we could have done that. It's important to not pick up the nut there, because we want to keep the bottle that we duped over the nut. So if at any point we grab a nut, it will remove that bottle that we have that we want to keep. Okay, and now we're doing our first weird shot, which is basically an aiming quirk that uses similar inputs to Hess. It basically just changes where you aim, so we can hookshot like beyond walls using that.
Yeah, it uses like certain glitchy animations that happen when you try to hookshot while having high speed, and then you can hookshot under the ground. That one in particular was really cool. Like hookshotting to the top of the room.
Yeah, I think that's used in all fairy rewards.
Okay, so we got all the fairies. And now we're going to use remote hookshot again. This is a trick that was found by Anonymous Tipster, which I will get into that later. But basically the way it works is that if you have the hookshot in your hand and a bottle equipped, and then you drink milk, when you pull out hookshot again, it will shoot automatically, which gives you several glitchy effects. We're able to use 2 hook shots to basically be pulled by 2 different points. So we're like in hookshot mode, quote unquote, similar to silly mode. But that'll keep us at the same Y coordinate. So when we go downstairs, we're pushed upwards through the ceiling, and from there, we can just travel to the boss loading zone, because the boss loading zone is always active. Okay, so now that I explained that, let's talk about Adola. Oh wait, I already killed him. Okay, so we're good. The only thing you really need to know about Adola is that bomb flowers do more damage to him. Also, time doesn't time doesn't move once you beat the boss, so I can kind of just farm. I can also show this cool thing. This works on a real Nintendo 64, by the way. The boss door is like displayed over the heart container.
You're just skipping the heart?
Yeah, we don't need hearts. This is also the 3 heart challenge. Can I do it?
Oh man, that sounds a bit difficult.
Okay, and we have to watch all of the Giants cutscenes. There's no way to skip it. We don't have Song of Time. And if we did, we still couldn't, because that would reset time. And even if we could use Song of Time, we still couldn't skip this because we need this song to beat the game. So that's like 3 reasons to not skip this cutscene.
Yeah, even in categories where you can skip the Giants cutscenes, you can never skip the first one, specifically because of Oath to Order.
Except for SRM categories.
I guess now I could kind of explain that remote hookshot, which is prominent in this run, was found by someone that anonymously just described it to me in my ask.fm inbox, who does not have an identity. I literally have someone that just tells me Majora's Mask glitches anonymously. But we actually do know who Anonymous Tipster really is. Because when Remote Hookshot was found, someone in Discord was like, we need to be able to properly thank this person. So, with screenshot evidence, it is Javil. A lot of people probably don't know who Javil is, but Javil is a very old Majora's Mask glitch hunter. Found a lot of things regarding Zeroth Day. And it could be anyone in chat due to anonymity, whatever that word is. Anonymity, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. This cutscene only plays if you beat Woodfall first, by the way. This current one. Okay, so just talking to the Deku Princess as a flex, because there's really no reason to be doing this.
It doesn't.
This cutscene.
It doesn't waste game time, I guess.
Yeah, cutscenes don't waste game time. So, as Turkenheimer mentioned, there is a way to clip into here. That's slower. We want lore in this playthrough. We have to manually leave because you can't do Song of Soaring in the temple. It will just take you back to the entrance.
How many SRMs would it take to get all masks in one cycle? I guess one more than this. Then you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, certain masks are locked off. You can't... If you get Couples Mask, for example, you can't get Blast Mask. And you can't get All Might Mask either.
Yeah.
So those
But
are locked off.
with SRM, you can just set flags at this point. Well, actually,
With SRM,
which
you can
order
do
would you need
anything.
to?
SRM's...
Maybe you would need two. I don't know. Maybe you need 2 more SRMs.
But yeah, this run is not that. We're not getting every mask because we can't without additional SRM. And we're not doing any additional SRM. So we are not getting all the masks. As you could tell by us not getting Great Fairy Mask, for example.
Alright, that's a cool little trick there where you can target Cafe through the wall just to save walking up the stairs.
And it saves game time.
True.
My cat's blocking the screen again. She does this.
Hey, that's me.
Someone in chat asked, do you plan the whole route before doing starting a recording like this? Like, before doing a challenge like this?
This was actually the hardest route that I've ever done. Ever. Because of the game time. It took me a lot of, like, actually playing through the route to, like, come up with something that works. So... everything you see here, all this coordination was not easy to figure out.
Yeah, imagine, like, with how tight time of day is in this and, like, nobody being able to manipulate time, it must be really difficult.
Yeah, game time specifically is the challenge. Without game time as a factor, I'm pretty good at figuring out, like, the order to do things in. Okay, so we continue the Keife quest, and now we're gonna do Stone Tower Temple. Just kidding, we're not gonna do it yet. But we can't...
love the fall voice there.
Can't warp directly to Icona, because Icona on the map lets you warp there. Also, that's a Goron roll clip. It works like a ground clip. What's a ground clip? Take it away.
Have a high enough downward speed and horizontal speed. As you hit the ground in certain places, you can clip through a wall.
There you go. I'm keeping you on your toes. You always have to be ready.
Yeah.
Giving me a pop quiz.
But yeah, we entered here because in order to warp to Icona on the map, you need Icona on the map. So it's easier to just go to Stone Tower to get to Icona. And we have to do this mask if we want it before Stone Tower Temple, because once you beat the temple, you can't get this mask anymore. And why are we getting this mask? As a flex. We don't need it for anything, just a flex.
Actually, for that Goron roll clip, how hard was that? Was that kind of easy, or did it take a while to get?
It was really easy for me, because I'm built different, but for a normal person, it might be hard.
Okay.
They have to do setups to do an RTA.
Now you will get the chest here, I guess, underwater or under the ice.
I think that actually has a glitch bounty. I don't know if it's active or not, but I'm pretty sure there's a glitch bounty if you can open that chest during winter.
Yeah, with SRM, I guess. Probably.
without arbitrary code execution, I'm guessing. Otherwise, it's trivial.
Dude. You can change ROM data. Is that also too much?
I didn't put the bounty. I can't say what's allowed and what's not allowed.
I mean, you could just change the ROM and where the chest spawns.
Okay, so here's a cool way to get rock sirloin. If you hit the chandelier a first time, the chandelier will actually shake back and forth. And because of that shaking, if you go up a second time, you can go on roll and actually hit the pot that has the rock sirloin in it. Very cool trick. It's also pretty old. And it found use in this run. To get this mask that we definitely don't need for any reason other than a flex.
Dude, are you flexing on me?
Yes.
Because of my new category? Wait, no, I just started this out a few weeks ago. So you couldn't have known.
Shoutouts to the observant viewers that noticed the Tektite jump through the hoop. Only the astute viewer caught that.
Nice. We'll do it again? Oh, not quite.
Imagine. Yeah, this game desyncs a lot, so when I was making this, I had to like redo a lot of things over and over. It's specifically a Majora's Mask thing that it desyncs often when you're making a LOTAD or a TAS or whatever.
Yeah, that's just trouble with making TASs sometimes. TASs are all just based on specific inputs being replayed, assuming that everything should replay the exact same way with the exact same inputs every time. But emulators are not perfect, and if anything goes wrong, then those same inputs are not going to cause the same thing to happen, and that's just the biggest pain of doing any TASs is just sometimes you're going to run into desyncs like that.
I do want to clear the air that this is not a max percent first cycle. And I'm not just saying that. You can tell for certain because I didn't get the heart container. This is just... The challenge is get all fairy rewards and also get as many masks as you can. How many is that? We'll find out. But as you could tell, I've been getting a lot of masks.
But you maybe have beaten the aliens in time?
I actually made the artistic decision to not do aliens, which I will explain.
You could
Aliens? Yeah, the aliens are only available night 1, so before you have bow. So in order to get Romani Mask, you would have to pause from 1:30 or whenever the alien fight starts. You would have to pause over and over all the way until day 2. And I made the executive decision, because I can, to not do that. So I'm not getting Romani Mask.
But if you want to see that, watch A button challenge. Enap has done a few runs of that.
Yes, that is a thing that you can watch if you choose to watch. It is possible to get Romani Mask without bow.
Do you know how long all those pauses take?
I'm not sure, but it advances time like 1 frame per pause. So you'd have to just like count how long a pause takes and count how long how many game time frames is needed. I was just not interested in doing that. But other than that, we get every mask. Yes. Every mask that we can get.
Yeah, game time updates during a draw. Oh my god, the Butler race will be interesting, hopefully.
Yeah, I wish I could have had double magic for Butler, but since the Deku Princess is in a bottle, I wanted to do it before I did Snowhead. So only single magic for Butler, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, Fig. Listen to Fig, so it doesn't exactly update on draw.
Okay, let's do this race.
This race is always so cool with Goron Mask.
Too bad I don't have enough magic.
Yeah.
Also, I'm waiting for him here because he goes faster when you're like slightly ahead of him. So I'm trying to like optimize the game time. Like I could finish the race faster, but it would take longer to get the mask, which is no good. Just enough magic to get past that. Waiting again. Petrie asks, couldn't find a way to roll across the flame circle platforms. To which I respond, the video I used for reference was uploaded by Petrie, who didn't do that. So that's my response.
Wow, the
If it's
call
possible, I don't know. I didn't even try it. Gotta get this mask too.
Nice clip. Yeah, normally you have to get Romani Mask to enter here, but thanks to that ground clip, you can just clip in here early. Literally breaking in.
So I guess I have a theory question, which is, how exactly is it possible that during this section, there's 4 different links playing at the same time?
You're just supposed to use your imagination.
Okay, use your imagination and answer the question.
You just imagine 4 links.
Just think of it, and then it's real.
Why don't you finish as human? Like, you know, when he walks fast?
I think I did Deku last because going from Zora
Yeah, makes
Like
sense.
crossing the stage right to left.
But yeah, if you finish this as human, then you get a bunny hood effect. For whatever reason.
I actually forgot about that. But it doesn't matter because I'm not like walking out of here anyway.
Maybe it applies the movement speed of one of the other forms. Also, one thing I learned for the Ka-Fi thing in Sakon Art, if you turn some transformation before you turn Ka-Fi, then Ka-Fi walks in with the movement speed of the transformation.
Yeah, I always wondered why that sounds nothing like Dollar of the Windfish, like the actual one.
They didn't think anyone would notice. Okay, so now we are going to enter Snowhead Temple without the lullaby.
Oh man, is this all Goron roll lullaby skip?
All Goron. That's the best way to do it.
You make the exciting face while making this?
Yes.
There's one person who did this in RTA, by the way. A-Jug. So it's possible.
And then we're in. Yeah, that actually took me 0 re-records.
Wow.
Okay, a little more than that, but I didn't count. So we do action swap again to shoot a lit arrow to get through that ice block. There's no way around this fairy, unfortunately. You have no choice but to push the block all the way in to spawn the chest.
Nice recoil flip.
I actually made a script to tell me like the exact location to put that bomb chew. The
Yeah,
things
actually-
that guys,
Go ahead.
I said my piece.
I was just saying, seeing the ways to like get the fairies without fairy mask is actually really interesting.
Yeah, there will be a room. The room.
Yeah, there's one room I'm
yeah.
thinking of that I imagine
After
is
this
going to
room.
be a pain.
Stay tuned.
Actually, yeah, at least one more even.
Yeah, so there's a fairy in the ceiling here. So hopefully earlier in the run when I said to look up hovering, hopefully you did that so that this part isn't confusing.
I like the N64 explosion.
I like the lag. Fairy Mask was explained earlier, but basically you can't get Magic and Fairy Mask in the same cycle. And this is all one cycle, and we already got Magic.
Yep.
So Fairy Mask is just straight up impossible.
Yeah, in Rando it works a little bit differently. Right now, so normally you need Deku Mask to get Fairy Mask. But yeah, is it only possible in different cycles?
You need 2 cycles specifically because of the Stray Fairy. The Stray Fairy doesn't respawn.
Yeah, but if with cheats, can't you get Magic and Fairy Mask at once? Maybe I misremember.
I don't use cheats. I play legit.
Okay, that was cool.
Yeah, that Goron roll to the pillar, I just improvised that. I'm like a jazz player. I'm like...
Anti-gravity.
Can actually move a little bit during that cutscene, so I take that time to fall to the bottom floor.
Wait, how does that work?
Yeah, how does that... What was that?
What part of that was confusing?
The walking while still aiming with the bow?
You could just do that. I don't know what you're talking about. I was mashing the bow button, if that changes anything. But yeah, you can just walk while hitting the bow, and that's a thing that you can do.
Oh, is this more,
Yeah, we're using remote hookshot again, but a different feature of it. Here we use vertical speed conservation to get a nice jump to get to the top floor of the entire temple. Which, the way that works is that when you hookshot something, you're given speed that is applied to the hookshot, and using this trick we can basically apply that speed outside of the hookshot, which, if we set it up right, we can get a big jump using that.
Yeah, this fairy is also maybe interesting. Oh wait, can you just...
Nice.
Ah.
Yep, thanks to that bicycle, we can get up there. Otherwise we would have had to hover. Got the fairy exactly as it turned day. Okay, so hopefully you like that remote hook jump, because I'm gonna just do it again now.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh my god, you
the
did
new
it.
thing. Yeah, that's a cool new thing that Bushy found.
Yeah, that is a new trick found by Pushy Misumi.
Making that BK skip even simpler than it already was.
Well, the angle is, I don't know how precise.
Oh.
Well, not too precise.
As for without index warp, there's a lot of ways that this challenge could have been done. Like, a lot of the decisions that I made were for entertainment purposes. I wanted to make the most entertaining run, showcasing human first cycle as possible. So there's many variations that could have been done instead, such as least game time, no Song of Soaring, no index warp, all that.
Or maybe glitchless.
Never. No, that wasn't even considered. No.
No, remote hookshot's not possible in OoT. It's actually the reason it happens in MM is because of some extra code they added to Milk in MM that doesn't exist in OoT, and a side effect of that ends up causing remote hookshot.
Wasn't it that they tried to fix something and then made it worse somehow?
This is an advertisement for Fig02's YouTube channel.
Yeah, Fig has a whole video on this. If you want to learn all about that.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're already on the last day.
Oh no.
We still have Great Bay and Stone Tower, and their fairies, and their fairy rewards, and a bunch of masks. So there's a lot to do with a little bit of time. Can I do it? Stay tuned. And I only have 3 hearts. That was me drinking water. Okay.
Alright, so that's 2 dungeons done, right?
Yep. Still need to get the fairy rewards too. But yeah, 2 dungeons. Yeah. Still missing a bunch of masks. But I'll talk more about the masks as we're doing them. But there's a lot of content.
Pressing Ocarina in midair does not pause time. It does not pause game time in MM. I don't know if it pauses like timers. Do you know?
I think that's an Ocarina of Time thing.
Yeah, it's definitely OT, but I guess it probably doesn't happen in MM. But I'm not sure because MM just uses timers much more rarely. But at the very least, it does not affect game time, no. Yeah, everyone's favorite minigame for a mask.
This is the best part.
I'm so glad that you can wrong up into this cutscene for the mask.
That was pretty good RNG.
Did you manipulate anything there, or was that just good luck?
Little column A, little column B.
Alright.
I didn't like go crazy, but when you load save states in here, like your movement affects like the way that chicks move. It's not just like when you enter the room in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of manipulation to get it clean. Because I care about you guys. I care about a good viewing experience. Okay, so actually getting double magic now, so we have it. Can't just get the fairies, you have to actually turn them in.
I don't remember. Did you get the great spin?
Yes, I did.
As I zoned out a little bit.
I mean, I'll use Great Spin, so you don't have to take my word for it, you'll just see me use it. Spoilers?
Maybe you cheated?
Maybe. Okay, so now we are going to do Great Bay Temple. Meaning we have to get to the turtle and play New Wave Bossa Nova, which we got earlier in the run.
Is warping straight to Zora Cape like one of those things where you need the Zora Cape map icon to warp to it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked. So here I am entering Zora Hall.
Oh,
Okay.
in-game time saving.
That puts Zora Hall on the map, and then you can index warp to Zora Cape.
I see.
Which saves like 2 or 3 seconds of swimming to the owl directly.
Very nice.
Worth it. Worth the cutscene, worth the extra song scoring, worth everything. Unfortunately, we cannot skip this cutscene.
Can you not pause
Yeah, we can pause.
into the loading zone? While in-game time would be worse by a few seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to
But yeah,
like
the
pop
Japanese
buffer
method.
to the No, I didn't want to do that. Every time you pause it makes your game time go up by a frame because of the reasons we already talked about. But the bright side is we get to see this cutscene with normal Link instead of Zora Link. And we're getting lore. And we're getting additional lore from this cutscene too. But it's all worth it because then we actually get good gameplay. The fairies are the best part of the run, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, in dungeon, fairy collecting always seems like the best part of these kinds of MM runs.
Especially Great Bay Temple.
Yeah.
Because Great Bay Temple is kind of the coolest dungeon, also in RTA, but also the hardest. So a TAS or a LOTAD will not have that problem.
I'm gonna pop quiz you on Wedge Clip, so be ready for that.
All right.
Just like formulate it in your mind before I ask. So I would have loved to do this fairy by using Hess and a stick. Like doing a Hess with a stick through the torch. But I timed it and it was just like way too slow to justify. So
Could you have shot through the torch? Like, just shoot 4 normal arrows very quickly?
You're too short in this game to do that.
Did you do that? Like, I mean,
What?
standing in front of the torch? Well...
Let's just assume
it's
that
an
what I
OoT.
did was optimal. Let's just assume that I'm correct.
And you're still doing the old method. Well, I guess it's faster, technically. But it's so much harder. There's a new method, which is just super easy.
Oh, ledge clip. Am I supposed to explain that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So if you grab a ledge and you target the wall right next to it, right as you grab it, when you target a wall, it makes Link face towards that wall. And you can still do it on the first frame that you grab a ledge. And so the way that Link kind of contorts his body as he's facing towards the wall while grabbing a ledge makes him clip into the ledge that you're grabbing. And then you can just fall through it.
And that room, by the way, was actually the last room with the boss stop.
We skipped switching the water direction, which is the main gimmick of the temple. By doing that ledge clip, we were able to swim through the out-of-bounds water without voiding out to get to that room, and then did a super swim to load the ferry. So we don't need to switch the water direction anymore.
Every time I see Milk equipped now, I get excited.
I had no idea you could do it like that. Like, there's an RDA setup for that, but not like this.
Not like this.
Oh, more
hey,
Milk.
it's equipped, Quinn. Oh, pop quiz coming up. Everyone in chat, close your ears. I'm giving ZFG time to explain. Gim. Oh wait, we explained Gim.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you're doing Gim again?
Stay tuned.
Oh, I think I know what's coming up.
Oh. Someone in chat said, the movement in this run is godly. I just picked a random chat message to read, but yeah, there you go. well, here's the Gim. Pay attention to the pause screen and see if you can figure out what we get. Or look back to your notes that you took, and you'll know what we got.
But yeah, that was another good item manipulation where you essentially store Link supposedly getting an item, but delay it, and then you can get a different item by going in front of a chest and resurfacing in water. And there's an item that I saw there that wasn't in the inventory before that looks very yellow.
Light arrows.
Yeah.
And that's because we did it in front of the compass chest. It is the chest that matters.
Yeah, also that would crash on N64. At least if you don't do some further stuff with, I think some, if you show some other item, maybe.
Yeah, for both SRM and Light Arrow Gim, I had to make a modification for it to work on BizHawk. So it behaves like VC, thanks to the help of Turkenheimer. That was a flex.
Why did you take damage?
Because it looked cool.
Yeah, but how? I mean...
I think just the fall distance.
Oh.
That is extended arrow. This is on the test, explain.
Yeah, so you can shoot an arrow through the wall there, and you can hit Georg before the fight even starts. This also skips a cutscene of when the fight starts, which is like 30 seconds long. And also prevents the music from starting.
Yeah, it lets you aim through the wall. It works with hookshot too, but
hookshot's obviously not going to reach. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't aim far enough for you to be able to like shoot through walls with hookshot.
Actually, in MM, extended hookshot cannot shoot through walls, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, even if you could, though, he's so far down that there's no way you'd be able to hit.
So yeah, time's not moving. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm getting magic here, but know deep down that I don't need to do this. There's no reason for me to do this except I want to. And you have to deal with that.
If you didn't skip the Gaia cutscene, would that maybe have saved some in-game time?
Probably not, because I think your first hit is way faster if you do the skip than if you don't. Because if you don't, you have to wait a bit longer, right?
Oh yeah. Well, a TAS.
Maybe a TAS would, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about entertainment. It's a LOTAD.
Was it just coincidence that the dungeons are in order?
I chose to do them in order.
So it's not just by a coincidence the best route.
There is like some reasons, like I prefer to get white arrows in Great Bay Temple, so I would do Great Bay before Stone Tower. And Woodfall gives you bow, so I wanted to do Woodfall first. And then Snowhead gives you double magic, which is useful. So, like, I chose the order, but I chose an order that makes sense.
The way you can Zora bonk very precisely to skip the hookshot there, but it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to hookshot that platform.
I mean, you did hookshot. Yeah.
Yeah, the one before it, where I just like swim out of the water and grab it as Zora. You're not supposed to be able to do that. So don't tell anyone, but I did it anyway.
Yeah, but Ajak found that setup where you can bonk even to the last pillar or the second last pillar, so you don't even need to hookshot. But it's stupidly precise. Sounds like he didn't know that.
I was paying attention to the cutscene. I missed all of that. I didn't catch any of that.
Nice pausing on the frame where you're still waving.
Okay. So now we're gonna do Stone Tower Temple. And I'm not gonna say just kidding this time, we're actually gonna do it. But because I banned time stop, we're not gonna use time stop to get in. Normally you do time stop on the switch. Get on the switch and then undo time stop. But I banned that trick. So we are pause buffering instead. There's probably a better way to do this too.
Could you have used remote hookshot somehow to jump?
Yeah, I probably could have done like remote hookshot.
Well,
But well, you'll see. There's actually nothing. I just said you'll see because it makes it seem like something cool is coming up, like I did on purpose. But something cool is coming up. So
That's
with
cool.
a weird shot, we could hookshot that crate and get out of bounds from that. And then with a carefully placed mega side hop, load this map room, land directly next to this chest.
That was
So that's
very
a cool
cool.
way. Yeah, so it's good to note that we are starting this dungeon with light arrow, meaning we don't have to like wait to get it before doing light arrow stuff. We can just get everything out of the way as we go. Yeah, that's
also, if we wouldn't have gotten light arrows in Great Bay Temple, we could have gotten them there.
Yeah, we could have got them. I think it was a little better to get them in Great Bay Temple.
Yeah, we would also have needed water to remove the block.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, no reason to not do this room right now. Why come back?
I love all the lag in this room.
Take advantage of the facts that BMOS is hookshotable twice.
yeah, also he voided out because he was an out-of-bounds water without floor beneath. So unlike in Ocarina of Time, where you can just swim in out-of-bounds water, no problem, you need floor beneath you in Majora's Mask.
Correct. So I voided out because it's faster than swimming back. We can just warp back to where we started.
Yeah, BMOS are not hookshotable in Ocarina of Time like they are in Majora's Mask.
But you have freezers. Not hookshotable than MM.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, so that chest underwater, we'll come back for that. Keep that in the back of your mind. Don't forget about it. So here's something cool about Stone Tower, is that if you get on top of an upside down chest, you can open it. So that lets us skip doing this chest in Inverted Stone Tower. And for those that remember, we're opening that chest now. You can cross that off your list.
Yeah, that upside down chest you just opened in Inverted, that is surrounded by a fire circle.
Right. And we don't
Just being
have
like-
we don't have Great Fairy Mask, so it's extra slow to get it normally. We'd have to like go back up twice. Okay, so the Nejiran blocks that chest. We had to get rid of it before we could open it. Come back for that fairy. We didn't forget it.
Okay, is this? Oh wait, I forgot about this fairy. I was saying, why don't you just weird shot?
We are just weird shotting.
Mm.
There's a lot of weird shot in this run, surprisingly. Alright, so we already have light arrows. We're only fighting Garo Master to get into the next room. But pay attention to this fight. It's really cool.
Dang, he just keeps missing you.
There you go. So, yeah,
Nice,
time,
64 fire explosion.
time doesn't move as long as I keep this text box up. And you're able to walk during this text box.
Nice.
I'm still doing optimal movement anyway, even though I don't have to. Okay, this is the fairy that we needed to be Garo Master for. Okay, so we're done with the first half of Stone Tower Temple. Almost. There's actually one more thing I'm going to do before I leave. Yeah.
Nice.
Activate that chest as I leave. Okay, so yeah, we still have to be Inverted Stone Tower, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I want to get some explosives and get the Keaton mask, since it is almost night 3. So I just want to do that now. Okay, now we can do Inverted Stone Tower. Astute viewers might remember me mentioning a new trick found by Pushy. Here's another one.
That's cool.
Yeah. Very fast invert.
That actually seems like so obvious thinking about it now.
Those are the best tricks.
Yeah.
Alright. Here is actually the thumbnail of the video. 12 hours remain. We're on the last night now. Okay. So, we are going to get on top of this upside down chest to open it, just like that underwater one, which you can do by getting to the ceiling and then shielding the chew. Now, if I do open A before I open the chest, it actually keeps me on the chest, because the stray fairy opens, or it appears at the top. If I didn't do that, I would have fell down and had to re-hover to get it, since I don't have Great Fairy Mask. Of course, getting Giant's Mask.
Yeah, how would you play Twin Mold without Giant's Mask?
Okay, Milk is equipped, ZFG is excited.
Yeah. What could the next remote hookshot be?
Oh, I know this trick.
Press 1 in chat if you don't know this trick, because you're extremely valid.
Yeah, so this trick is just the Wizrobe is vulnerable for what, 1 or 2 frames right before he starts the cutscene where he like moves really fast. So if you shoot just at the right time, you can skip his little cutscene.
Alright, so we got all the fairies. Now we just need to go to the boss room. The boss room is directly in front of us, by the way.
Nice.
So
that
was a hook slide.
Is that just like holding forward and that's it? Is there anything more special with that?
So the way that works is you do the remote hook shot, but you like put yourself in the state where you can't move around by just using an item before you hook shot. So like you hook shot the chest and then you stop yourself with the bottle, and then you pull out the hook shot and then you just slide forward through walls.
Okay, so you don't even have to like bother trying to control it.
You have to aim yourself before you do it.
Okay.
Like the position where you start is what matters. You don't have any control of it.
Yeah, and then Twin Mold fight mostly with arrows. For those who don't know, fire and ice arrows do triple damage to the opposite color. Although no ice arrows here, so just regular arrows on the red mold.
regular arrows are more than good enough. Alright, so I beat all the dungeons and got all the fairies. It's only 8:43 p.m. I assure you, I have made the rest of the run very entertaining, so don't miss it. And also, you want to stay here after the run anyway. Ben Stevens says, tell them why. Yeah, after this run is premiered, we are premiering a run by Ben Stevens. I will say no more than that. 56.
Yeah, we got one more coming up after this. Yeah, the double feature. Will there be an intermission? We'll probably take a short break.
Alright, so there's still quite a bit of masks I still want to get. I will talk about that in a little bit. Because I know when I want to mention it. That way it's easier to stay in everyone's head. And then, if I mention it now, you have to just write it down to remember it, which is not optimal.
Actually, do you know approximately how many masks you have right now?
How many I have right now?
Yeah.
Let me figure that out. No. Someone in chat knows, probably.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure some nerd in chat has been keeping track. 12.
Some very valid person that is not a nerd.
You can skip this cutscene, by the way, but I guess it's still operating in time.
Yeah,
you can skip them. I chose not to.
Also, this fairy does not heal you. This is the only fairy who doesn't heal you.
Correct. So my magic is still low, which is fine. Okay. So we are going to do Kei's hideout now. Or, wow, Seikan's hideout now. Which behaves pretty special. Like, notice that it's 9:09 right now. It's going to stay 9:09 the entire duration of this. Time doesn't move. So I'm kind of free to do whatever I want in the hideout. But of note, if you beat Seikan's hideout during night, before midnight, it makes it midnight. Meaning I'm electing to skip forward about 3 hours as a flex. Also, since I can do whatever I want in here, I found a new way to beat the hideout.
Oh no.
Which is why I clicked milk. Alright, that was the real milk, by the way. So, that is the last remote hookshot of the run.
It was a good finale. I liked it.
Okay, yeah, as you can see by the bottom of the screen, it is midnight. We have 6 hours remaining to get 6 masks. And now that I got rid of the real milk, I can buy blue potion and put it in my real bottle. Since potion can only go in the real bottle, it can't go into the duplicated bottle. I equip swapped the blue potion because I wanted magic. That's it. That's the only reason I did that. But now we have everything we need to get Stone Mask from there. So Stone Mask is one of the 6 masks I'll be getting. Fun fact, it wasn't known for a long time, at least in the speedrunning community, that blue potion is usable for Stone Mask.
Really?
That eluded people for many years.
I was routing something, I wasn't even thinking about it. If blue potion would not work.
I hit the
just got blue
gossip
potion.
stone. I hit the gossip stone there. It brings up a text box. That doesn't actually stop game time. I didn't know that at the time. So I basically did that for no reason.
Nice.
Alright, now we're getting the captain's hat.
That's cool.
You can open the fairy, or you can open this chest if you take damage and then hookshot it fast enough afterwards. Alright. So now, I want to mention that I imposed a challenge on myself to make things more interesting. So, one of the masks I'm going to get is the Mask of Truth, which is the Swamp Spider House. You get 30 skulls. So in order to make it more interesting, I decided to make a challenge. Is it possible to get that mask using only Goron and Deku? Meaning you wouldn't have access to sword or any projectiles to grab the tokens. So stay tuned. And that is exactly why I just got my sword stolen.
You just wanted more flexing power?
Yeah, specifically to flex.
This is the most arbitrary LOTAD I've ever seen.
You're welcome. So, I got my sword stolen so that I can buy it back as Deku Link. So now Human Link is still swordless, but Deku Link has the sword.
Oh man.
And as you'll see, like, that'll be necessary to get one of the skulls. Also note that my rupee count was perfect. All of those rupees that I got, perfect culmination. Those rupees I farmed in Woodfall, calculated. I get a nut here that is also needed for this challenge. And one more thing.
Cool.
Yeah, skip the cutscene by entering that grotto. But take note of that, because that'll come up. So there's a skull on the wall in the gold room. There's a golden room in the Swamp Spider House that Goron and Deku can't reach. So what you would have to do, of course, is to you plant a bean, ride the bean plant, and then you could get that skull.
Dude. Like, seriously, this just looks like you were bored.
Okay, so now we have everything we need. We can go back and enter the swamp spider house now. So there was actually a reason that I entered that grotto earlier, and that is because it saves the last grotto that I enter. So if I alt exit to a generic grotto, it takes me back to that last grotto.
Nice. That's actually really cool.
Alright, so let's do the challenge. We have basically no time. Considering not only do we need Mask of Truth, we need Kamaro Mask, and we need Postman Hat. Postman Hat takes a lot of game time because he delivers the mail. You have to wait for him to deliver it. And we need Couples Mask. So we have we have 4 masks to get still. So yeah, game time extremely matters right now, and we have basically none of it because of these self-imposed challenges. What helps though is that every time you get a Skulltula, it pops up text, and while that text is on the screen, the game time isn't moving. So instead of like getting all the skulls at once, like a speedrunner would do, I purposely space them out.
I haven't seen that scrub getting woken up in forever.
That's why we got the Deku sword, by the way, in order to get this skull. And we got the nuts because if you have nut, when you enter the flower, it'll reset your bee back to nuts, so then we can shoot again. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to shoot those hives.
Wait, so is Deku Sword gone now?
Yep, it's gone. We got it just to open that thing, and then that was it. I left and re-entered the room because every time you enter the room, the skull starts at like a determined location. So we don't have to wait for this guy because I did that. Okay. So time is extremely slim. We need to get the postman moving, or else this is actually impossible. Because there's no way to slow him down. We can't... Like, we have to, like, wait for the postman. So, we are, like, extremely time-sensitive right now. Keep in mind there's less than 2.5 in-game hours left before the moon crashes. The moon crashes at 6 AM. Okay. So it was at this point that I realized that Deku can't actually plant beans. Which is good, because there's so little time remaining that this was actually impossible without human. So now it's like, okay, forget all this. Let's just, like, complete this. So I will be going silly mode. That's a speedrun term. It means as fast as possible in this context specifically. Yeah, we want to be able to deliver the letter to Postman before 4:20. So keep 4:20 in mind. Here's a new weird shot that no one knew about.
That's a cool
That way I
one.
don't have to climb the ladder.
Not even looking at it.
So the astute viewer will notice that I left a skull. I have no choice but to come back for it. Look at the game time. It's 4:11 already. So we have to deliver this thing immediately. Like there's just no time to spare, not even to get the Mask of Truth. So we're still missing 4 masks. Less than 2 hours remaining. Final night song playing. Conditions are right. Delivered that with a few frames to spare because it's already 4:20. It's already past 4:20. That's how fast the time moves. This is our first time entering Termina Field since getting Ocarina, so we get this cutscene. Alright, so this is 1 mask down. We're getting 4 masks in the last 90 minutes. Classic. Just to put things into, like, reference, 1 game hour is about 45 seconds in real life hours.
Yeah, so this is like barely over a minute of real time left.
Yeah, it's because the moon is so
Better-
close to Earth and it bends time and space.
Yep, that's the
You know.
canonical reason. Okay, so we gotta actually like finish this quest and then catch the postman. The postman actually runs away at 5 a.m. If he finishes delivering and then stands like by the gate, at 5 a.m. he flees. And as you can see, it's past 5 a.m. Well, it's about to be.
Oh no. Runs over.
Desync? Question mark? Yeah, we're in the final hour. Getting 3 masks in the last hour. Barely any time to spare. Oh, I actually forgot to mention, but the reason I have the special delivery still equipped is because I did an equip swap before handing it, and then when I re-pause, it remembers the delivery. It's like a quirk of equip swap. So I can use that to get Chateau Romani. For no reason. Just as a flex. You have to clip into the milk bar because you don't have Romani mask. But yeah, the reason that we want to be in here is because the postman spends about 30 minutes talking to Madame Aroma. However, if you talk to the postman during this, he'll start moving again. So it's actually key that we enter here like right before he talks to her. Otherwise, we would not be able to get the mask in time. Like, he would literally not be close enough for us to get the postman hat. And yeah, we have no time left. Still need couples, still need postman. For those saying 20 seconds left, you're wrong. It's less than that because it's 45 seconds per hour instead of 60. So yeah, we'll have 18 out of 24 masks total. The ones that we didn't get, we couldn't get. And Romani I chose not to get because that would be really boring to watch. Gotta ring the bell for good fortune.
Nice. Wasting even more time when you have basically none to spare.
Okay, and this is not well documented, but you can actually talk to the postman within 1 frame before he runs away, if he gets there after 5.
There are also some weird circumstances when he just disappears into nothing. Was that Japanese?
I am unfamiliar with that. Anyway, I warped here because this is faster than going the other way. Huh, made it, with 1 frame left.
Did you intentionally slow down a little bit there to make sure it was 1 frame left?
Yes.
Thank you for being honest.
For the content. I'm not ashamed to admit it. But yeah, now we do our victory lap.
But yes, it was good for the viewer experience. Wait, so what were the masks that you couldn't get? It was what, All Night, Blast Mask.
Yeah. Great Fairy Mask, which I think I read in chat was actually possible if I tried to get it after I got Dooku Mask. But obviously, since this is live, I have no way of verifying that. But even if I could get it, artistically, I would have decided to not get it because it's cooler to not get it. So I still would have ended up with 18 masks anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, apparently it does work. So for viewers of this, it is possible to get the Great Fairy Mask.
Wow, we lied. Sorry.
But for content reasons, we didn't. Obviously, it's more entertaining. I mean, as a viewer, you agree that you're glad that I didn't do that. So you're welcome.
It was pretty cool to get the fairies without fairy masks.
Yeah, so next year the challenge will be finding something more arbitrary than this.
Well, for next year, hopefully it's Ocarina of Time, because for the last 2 years, we had something planned that is extremely hard to plan, that is possible. So eventually, one day you will see it. Hopefully next year.
Hopefully.
You will see
Dude, you said that last year.
I did say that last year.
Rando LOTAD. No, it's not a rando LOTAD.
It'll be worth it.
I think most people know what it's supposed to be.
They actually don't. I see a lot of people thinking they know what it is, but they're wrong. In the best possible way that they're wrong.
Hundo 1 pause.
I can't say. But yeah, this was the most ambitious LOTAD that I've done, specifically because of the game time making it so hard to root. It was very challenging to make this.
And I was thinking if this even is RTA viable without getting all the stuff that you got.
Originally, I didn't even
That's
think it was possible to get, like, just to do any percent, because time moves so fast before you get Ocarina.
I thought you would need to day reset, maybe even for RTA.
I see in chat Garo being possible. I don't think so, because that needs Epona. And you wouldn't be able to get Epona under these circumstances. I do want to give some shoutouts because this cutscene is long. Main shoutout to Imbued. Is the only person that... This is my MM dealer. Anytime I talk to anyone about anything MM related, it's Imbued. So, there you go. But also, thank you to Sample Name, Turkenheimer, Ben Stevens, 56, Adrian, Orchid, that's my cat, and ZFG for hosting this.
That's
ZFG
me.
didn't actually help in any way, he just hosted this, but thank you for that.
I'm happy to just show this to the people.
And special shoutouts to Enop, specifically during the cutscene. The Zora cutscene. Okay, let's see how I did the Majora fight. Notice at the game time, they just like set it to weird things during these last parts of the game.
Interesting.
Like, during that Giants cutscene, they set it to like 5:28 a.m. and the moon they set it to 7:45 a.m. So you'll see it jumping around during the credits even.
I'm surprised that you didn't just randomly get the art pieces in the trials.
Nah, gotta know when to wrap it up. Yeah, time of day has a lot to do with the sky. So like you'll notice like if you ever enter the moon when it's 4th day, the sky is like pink. So that's why they set the game time for cutscenes and stuff. For those that aren't aware, normally you can't hit the mask with light arrow in the front, but there's a weird hitbox thing that lets you, if you shoot in a specific spot. And Great Fairy Sword is, I think, 4 times stronger than Kokiri Sword, so it makes the fights pretty fast.
Yeah, and then plus Great Spin also.
I actually do a new strat for Wrath. I don't know if it's faster, I don't care if it's faster. but it's new and therefore entertaining.
That's cool.
And there you go.
Time.
There you go. That is the run.
Nice. GG. Yeah, that was a very cool run. So that's all dungeons, all fair rewards, and most masks. 18 of 24 masks.
18 masks.
All in first cycle without Song of Time. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so do you have any last words to say about this?
Any last words?
Any last words before I kick you out?
Well, I do want the credits to be in the video.
Okay, yeah, we can play for the credits.
Day 9. I think the viewer saw that.
Hey, wait, it went back to day 1.
Yeah, it'll jump around during the credits. You'll see. Also,
It's actually, yeah, you talk.
I was gonna call you out. Your timer is inaccurate because the run should actually be 2 hours 35 OoT.
I didn't count before file select. I did RTA timing.
RTA timing. That's what it should be. TAS
Really?
timing. It's 2:39:21.
Maybe it's a difference between like the video encode and the TAS timing or something. I stopped the timer like a second late too. Or maybe my timer has been running slow all this time, and that's how I do my speedruns, and I just use a slower timer to fake good times.
I'm actually just starting controversy.
Oh no. I got caught. You'll see me in a clickbait YouTube video in a few days, guys.
So what would you do if it turned out that your timer was fast and people retimed your runs and they were slow?
I mean, I retime all my videos manually anyway, so I am quite confident that my timers are accurate. At least, unless somehow my timer is accurate and my video recording is also inaccurate. But if the video recording is inaccurate, then what even is accuracy?
This reminds me of the SRM explanation.
Dude, yeah. Also, I was about to say there's a credit swap where you turn it day 10 or 5, I don't remember, and then just go from West Clocktown to Termina Field.
Yep. Yeah, if it's... Well, I don't think it's day, unless we're thinking of two different things. But
no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, if you enter Termina Field with a different scene setup, the scene setup that you get when you play Song of Time, you actually start the credits.
But that doesn't have anything to do with the days switching in the credits?
No, it's the scene setup.
Okay.
Also, there's no more inputs in the run or anything. So TA timing ended as well.
Oh yeah, also, just back to the timer thing, just a funny little story. There was actually a GDQ, I forgot what year, but there actually was a GDQ where like the first day their timer was slow. And so like there were multiple runs that people thought were world record because the timer was slow, but they weren't actually. Yeah, that was funny.
And now,
Oops.
now I can finally explain. The frog, that boy, it represents a LOTAD on a unicycle, and the unicycle represents how there's only one cycle.
Whoa. That's deep.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's
Anyway.
why that guy was just hanging out there the whole run.
Yeah, this will be on my YouTube channel today because it's February 21st, so that is non-negotiable. And after this, Ben Stevens is going to do something super
Yep.
important.
Yeah, there's gonna be one more run after this. Ben Stevens is gonna hop in and we'll watch some other new mysterious run. No relation to Clint. Potty break. Use the credits as your potty break. Go. If you need to get a snack, or use the potty. Now's your
You need
break.
to pay your taxes. You need to call your mom.
If you need to hydrate. Everyone remember to hydrate. I'm gonna hydrate right now.
Same. Sponsored by water.
The encore is gonna be a secret until it starts.
Yep, I will not spoil.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Shout outs to all these masks that we couldn't get.
Hey there.
Oh, hello.
Is that our
Welcome.
special guest?
Welcome to my stream, Ben. This is my stream.
Hello. That freaked me out because I'm, watching your
Yeah.
stream and I
Oh.
hear my audio twice. Well, I hear your audio twice. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on?
But yeah, we're just waiting for the credits and then we will start the encore.
Yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye here.
Goodbye.
Gonna watch the secret run on my own already.
Alright, see ya.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm also not going to be here during the secret run, but I
Okay.
do want to see the end screen, just in case.
Yeah, we'll go to the end screen.
Just in case you desync before the end.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible.
I'm very particular about February 21st.
I do not blame you. It is a blessed, sacred
True.
holiday.
Exactly.
Well, that was a cool run. I like that challenge you did at the end there in the Swamp Spider House. How'd you come up with that?
The fake challenge.
Yeah.
I already shouted you out, but you want a second
Wait,
shout
did you?
out, so here you go.
I
Oh.
didn't hear that actually.
Yeah, Ben came up with that idea.
Yeah, I'm sad you didn't have enough time to to do the whole thing.
Well, the thing is that you can't do bean anyway. You can't plant the bean,
Yeah.
which I didn't realize.
You should have planted the bean, sorted out, and then did the whole thing. That would have been awful. I'm glad you didn't do that.
Well, we have the run. There's no modifications happening to this.
I think you should George Lucas this and just,
Make prequels.
Yeah, do that.
LOTAD prequels now.
Okay.
It's the end.
Now it's over. Okay.
And
Thank everyone for watching my run. I put a lot of effort into it. I'm happy that people watched and enjoyed. Thank you. Goodbye. Enjoy Ben Stevens' thing that I'm going to say.
See you later. Thanks for doing this. This was really cool to watch.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Dick.
All right. We're gonna have a super short intermission, like 2 or 3 minutes, just to set up stuff. So give me just a minute, guys, and then we'll get started with the encore.
Excellent. Yeah, I know you were talking about doing screen share for this, but I think if we just play at the same time, that would probably actually work better for me for how I'm recording
that's
audio.
fine. Yeah, that's good then.
I think that's gonna be better. Can the chat still hear us?
Yeah, we're still live. Hey guys.
Okay, yeah.
Don't say anything bad. Don't get me banned.
Someone just said max % child. No, I'm not. What? I just wanted to respond to a comment. Someone said max % child. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep everyone here all night. That would be.
No, it's not. This is gonna be a short encore.
That would be quite the thing to just like whip out. Just like, oh yeah, max % child. That'd be.
Yeah, a little too long to do like 2 several-hour things like that.
There's a new kind of like max % child thing in Ocarina of Time 3D. I'm not saying that's what I'm doing. That game, because I'm not. It's actually not Ocarina of Time 3D, but there is a new max % child thing in that. That's like you have to wait 37 minutes for a Deku stick to burn. It's really cool.
Oh, that's wonderful. What's that for getting? What are you getting with that?
So you do to get bombs without like explosives or a Goron bracelet or like strength.
Oh, nice.
So that you can blow up the stairs in the you do like action swap to get like Deku Spear. And you yeah. And it does like a timer underflow, so you have to wait for like the timer to like wrap around.
Okay, cool. All right, I think we're ready. Do you want me to mute anything for the first part, or just leave everything as is? Leave Discord as is?
No, just do your thing. Yeah, just leave it.
All right. So we're about to start. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. We have a little preview video. What's this?
Keep watching.
that's how Clovis go anyway. It's still no. Gore? Oh no, I can't play Gore like this on screen. You're good down.
But yeah, but the music's not complicated.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, you know the original No Doors video I couldn't monetize on YouTube because of your intro?
No, this is not. I
Okay.
think so I lied. This is Ocarina of Time 3D.
Yeah.
I did lie because this is kind of unprecedented. This is the Ocarina of Time 3D any percent TAS, and so this is really interesting for a couple of reasons here. The first reason being it's the first game I've ever personally tasked from start to finish. I started a couple projects. This is the first one I've completed. The second thing is it's the first TAS of this game that's ever been made. No one's done a TAS of this, so that's cool. But the last thing, and probably the most notable, and why this is actually like a really cool thing that I think people should care about, is this is the first full game 3DS TAS like of anything ever. No one's done this before. I think most people don't even know that this is possible yet. And I've been keeping real quiet about it because I kind of wanted it to be a surprise. So there's a couple of like really small, short, like Super Smash Brothers 3DS like Smash Run TAS things that are kind of like cute little challenge things. I mean, they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but this is like the first speed run 3DS TAS, and so I think it's really cool. I've done a lot of research and documenting like how Citra works in a TAS environment, and I'm going to be submitting this run to TAS videos, and anyone who's interested in that kind of aspect of it, I have a huge like 15-page write-up that's going to talk about all that stuff. So yeah, it's sick. So that's kind of the backstory. This is, no one's done this before, so everything.
Oh, sorry.
Loud,
yeah, I had audio loud.
No one's done this before. This is, I kind of had to figure out all this stuff on my own because there's no documentation. So the first thing you're going to notice is the text in this game, in a TAS, is insanely fast. Because every text box in this game has a 1-frame window. If you hit the B button, I think it's 3 frames before the text appears, it clears the text box. And you can just do some absolutely nasty text box advancing with that.
Yeah, the cool thing about that is it essentially means that an OoT 3D test just has quick text everywhere. Like there's a quick text cheat for Ocarina of Time, and that is essentially what is happening in an OoT 3D test. Like, look at that. No time at all. It's
really, you're gonna love. There's a couple of text box segments in this game that are like crazy. So even the text in a TAS is kind of awesome. Yeah, this video was rendered in 4K. I don't know if that's probably not what you have downloaded.
Yeah, I have the 1080p version because higher than that would be kind of useless.
Yeah. The whole VOD and all of that is gonna be.
Yeah, the actual YouTube video, like the raw YouTube video, is gonna be 4K though. If you guys really want to watch that.
Yeah. So this run, it does a lot of cool stuff. It is any percent, so if you're familiar with this game, you know about how long that's gonna be. So I make use of some techniques here known as twisted backflips, where basically you can change the direction you move during a backflip. Like, you don't have to go backwards, and you can do some neat stuff with that. I like this part here because you you go the other way to get the sword. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that.
Wait, is there some reason that you can only do that in 3D?
So Link overall moves just a little bit faster in 3D in almost everything, just because this game runs in 30 FPS as opposed to 20. So there's like certain animation type things like rolling, side hopping just are really good in this game. There are very few moments where you'd actually want to backwalk here. And that's the force escape, very fast there. I actually made use of an inverted camera there because that particular, that's known as a triple slash clip right there. And generally what it is you slash your sword 3 times and put your sword away after the 3rd slash, and Link takes like a huge step backwards. The problem with that is to put your sword away, you need to use the A button, which usually in that specific spot will make you talk to the guard. So you need to manipulate the camera in a really specific way to not do that. So I did like inverted camera right there. It was really subtle, so it's hard to see, but it saved a couple of frames. Yeah, so I know February 21st, this is kind of like the LOTAD day, but this is like a full bona fide TAS. Like this is the real deal.
Yeah, actually optimized. This is the high TAS or high TAD that everyone memes about.
So one of the struggles about making this TAS was, although this is now possible, Citra TASes really haven't been possible. They are now. There are still some limitations that make it challenging. And probably the biggest one that is going to turn a lot of people off is every single input I did with this, for the most part, was done with a real controller in my hands. Even all the analog stick inputs. And I have some tools that I use to kind of help me get certain like control stick like dead zones to work a little better. So like ESSing is a lot easier and stuff like that. So I'm basically using a program. A lot of people are familiar with it. It's DualShock for Windows with the PS5 controller. And I could like change the dead zone to the max output to make like ESS and things. So I could see my controller readout like in real time to make sure I was holding like the correct angles and stuff. So there's nothing you can't do with what I'm doing that that you could do with a controller TAS input plugin, but it would probably be a little easier and a little faster. But at this point, I've spent so much time working on this that I think I am pretty fast at it. I don't think it's that limited. I started this in November, actually, so I've been working on this for just about 4 months. Okay,
right,
so this is something cool right here. Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
So that's you're gonna see more of that. That is an invisible seam. So basically, there's this weird thing that happens in this game. It's in the original game too, but there's less of it. Where there's just these weird spots where like walls extend upwards, like with invisible like spikes of collision, and they're really tiny, but you can like get on them and climb up them. This one's a baby one. You barely get any height with that, but you can do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason I voided out there is because I need to reload the area to talk to Malin. She's not there originally. So there's kind of 3 ways you can do that. You can leave to go back to the market and then come back. You can get caught by a guard, which is a little bit faster than going to the market. But the guard getting caught by fade out thing takes like about 1.5 seconds more than just voiding out there. So that's the reason why you want to do that. Right now I'm waiting for in-game time, so I need that egg to hatch. So basically what I'm trying to do is prevent in-game time from stopping. So like being in text boxes as little as possible, loading zones, void outs, all that jazz. Oh yeah, cool box.
Nice. Oh yeah, so earlier people were wondering about the fest you did.
Yes, so that's a forward extended super slide. Basically, if you take damage, you can use a precise input on your control stick known as an ESS, where you kind of just barely hold the control stick. And if you target while doing that, you'll maintain the speed that you had while taking damage. And the speed you have while taking damage is actually really fast. you just only have it for a couple of frames, so you can maintain that speed. You'll see more of that. There's more.
And that same fest in regular OOT, it's actually pretty slow, but in OOT 3D, it ends up being way faster. I think it's like 15 speed in OOT 3D.
I think it's more than that. Oh no, 15.
Yeah, I think it's like barely under regular Hess speed, but still super fast.
Oh yeah, guards are good.
Yeah, and yeah, if you do perfect side hops, the guards can't catch you.
Okay, so the text here is like nutty. Oh, I did a weird thing. It's like not super noticeable, and like no one would have caught it. But I don't know if anyone's seen this before. I figured out that when you climb that crate, in like before entering the crawl space, if you do like this really precise diagonal angle while like walking up to it, you can climb on top of the crate like a half a second faster. I went and I watched like a bunch of other TASs. I've never seen anyone do it as fast as I did it, and I totally got it by random. I think people should look into that.
Interesting.
Well, you're just gonna have to watch to figure out how long it is. Yeah, sorry. I'm just I'm kind of really excited about this because I've been keeping it secret for like 4 months. It's kind of been consuming my life, and I've been dying to show it off. So, hey, thanks CFG for letting me stream this TAS.
No problem. Glad to show it off, especially something like pretty significant like this, the first TAS for a game, and even first like full TAS for 3DS.
Yeah, I really hope that like other people see this and kind of go like, damn, that's cool. I want to try doing some of that. Because there's a lot of good games on the 3DS. I know people are sleeping on it, but there's a lot of good stuff.
Also, I know the route essentially, and I know that the route for OT 3D any percent used to be like pretty trash, and then more recently it's actually gotten really cool, and so I'm actually really. Go ahead.
No, you keep going.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like, I know the more recent route for it is a lot cooler, and so I was really interested in seeing like how this ends up being done in the TAS.
Yeah, the second half of it, like after this cutscene, it gets real good. It gets real good. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Some of my favorite segments. I want to say it only took me maybe a month to get up to this point to you know, what are we at right now? Like 11 minutes in. And I'm not gonna spoil how long this task is, but it's not super long. But the rest of it took me, yeah, like 3 times as long. So, because it gets a lot harder and more interesting after this, I think. But yeah, I know the text is like not super interesting to a lot of people, but just like I can't stop watching it and just be like, oh my goodness, it's so fast.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, I do think that most general viewers will probably not think too much of it, but as a longtime speedrunner who has never liked the long text boxes in OOT, it is amazing to see that fast text without cheats.
Yeah, and you can actually do it a lot faster. There was something I didn't mention actually. It's during the Zelda Lullaby cutscene, where Link goes to look at the window. You can actually clear that text so fast that Zelda doesn't move out of the way, like even close to all the way, and you just like walk into her body. And I thought it was like a Citra bug at first. I was like is Citra not actually accurate at all? And I was like, oh no, I advanced the text so fast. Okay, I'm really sad about this part because it took me about 2 weeks to TAS. Remember that invisible seam thing I showed off earlier where Link just kind of floated up in the air? There's one here, and it goes insanely high. And it's really, really precise, but I got on it and I climbed it like super high, and I side hopped over that gate. And then I realized that just talking to the guards actually like a second faster because
oh no,
because the text is so fast. Yep. So here's another forward extended super slide. This one's neat. I like this one because I don't know. There's a lot of side hopping in this run, so it's neat to, just do something a little different and just kind of zoom past. Okay. I love like every segment after this. I know I'm so excited, but there's just like so many little optimizations in this area right here. So
Ooh, I
coming
like
up
that
here, I'm
one.
gonna do a trick. Yeah, I love the gainer there. Right here, I'm doing a trick. This is gonna look really weird and slow, but this is something known as quick put away. So basically, I put away the Deku stick there, but it's still in my hand. And so when you use it, it disappears immediately, and it acts like a slingshot, a flaming Deku stick, a hammer, like a bunch of different items. I think wind arrows too.
Yeah.
And so you could blow up that. Okay, so right here, this is gonna look weird. But what I'm doing is I'm loading and unloading these two rooms in a very specific way. So that that statue behind Darunia, the collision behind it just kind of disappears. So you can still see it, but there's like nothing there. So you can just side hop through it. Yeah, so that's good. Nut.
Yeah, and then this is just a good way to get to the top of Death Mountain, right?
Right, so Death Mountain's kind of annoying because I'll explain that in a second here, but first off, that trick I did earlier to get out of the forest, triple slash clip, I'm gonna do another one here, but this one is kind of really wacky because that corner is so shallow that you have to change your angle with every slash to like not leave the corner, which is really difficult to do in real time, but obviously in a TAS, it's trivial. Yeah, so normally to get up to the top of Death Mountain Trail, you need to blow up some boulders, which is really difficult to do if you don't have anything to blow them up with. So we go through Goron City instead, because you can get through all that stuff, and get up that way. But it's also good to go through Goron City because I can open that shortcut to the Lost Woods because I will be using that later. Yeah, so I'm getting magic here because I will be needing that later. That was kind of the whole point of this excursion. Pretty much the way that this route works is everything that I do is just to go get the next item. So I get the ocarina so that I can go get... Well, I don't need the ocarina necessarily. I mean, I do, but I get the ocarina, and then I go get Zelda's Lullaby so I can go get magic. And I get magic so I can go get the next item that I'm going to be getting. Yeah, so in the Lost Woods here coming up, I actually have to wait around a little bit because I need to wait for Navi to want to talk to me, which takes about 30 seconds. And so I'm doing something real wacky here. This is... Is there like an official name for this? It's like item swapping or something?
Yeah, I think item swapping. Yeah, I think that's just what it's called.
Yeah, so basically the owl is up there and he wants to talk to me, but he cannot talk to me if I am doing an action like taking out my sword or a Deku stick. So that's a Navi dive. Basically, if you talk to Navi while falling, the water collision doesn't load. Oh, I accidentally got this. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, wow, that was fast. Yeah, but so that Navi dive looked a whole lot what you would do, like what you would do in N64, but that's actually really hard and super multi-frame perfect to do it that way. But it's a little bit faster than another method of Navi dive. So why am I going to Zor's Domain? Stay tuned. You won't have to wait long. Yeah, more side hopping. A lot of angle changing here. And then up here, this is probably the most basic use of a triple slash clip. No wacky angle changing.
I was about to prepare myself to see like the Deku stick, like the burning Deku Stick method of skipping King's Aura, and I forgot OoT 3D had the way easier method.
Yeah, it's super easy. Even RTA, go try that one at home. That one's easy.
Yeah.
Okay, I love what's about to happen here. Don't blink. Okay.
It's so fast.
Okay. So that's another one of those invisible seam hovers. And so yeah, again, there's that area underneath Zora's Fountain that like leads. There's like an underground tunnel that leads up to a Gold Skull Tola, and the walls to that just like extend upwards on top of the walls that you can see, but they're like super invisible and super narrow. And you can just zip up them and side hop clip. So the reason I need to do that is because I don't have any bombs or anything to get into that fairy fountain. So yeah, so that's a huge skip right there because it helps us not get bombs or bomb chews, which getting bomb chews is. Yeah, so basically the story behind Ocarina of Time 3D 80% is for the longest time we had to get bombs and it was slow and we forever looked for a way to get bombs or bomb chews like faster.
Yeah, you guys basically had to do glitchless up to bombs, right? Besides like skipping Deku Tree.
There were a couple of things like, fessing on Death Mountain Trail. It was cute little stuff, but yeah, it was pretty glitchless. But then all this new stuff is like, yeah, just we just realized that instead of getting bombs early, just don't
Just
get
skip
them.
the bombs. Yeah. That's a good solution.
So it's really cool. Yep. So this is the reason why we wanted to open up that shortcut in Goron City, because we're going back there. I love doing like weird twisty side hop backflip stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah, I love those.
And doing a jump slash into that loading zone so that I enter it with 0 speed so I can re-enter really quickly. So now I'm doing a glitch right here known as restricted items, which allows me to, normally you can only use Farore's Wind in dungeons. But using restricted items, you can use Farore's Wind there. And basically the way that works is you have one frame upon switching items in your inventory to basically swap the usability of said items. So I could use Deku Stick, but I could not use Farore's Wind. So when I switched them for one frame, I could use Farore's Wind and I could not use Deku Stick. Okay, hitting both of those Deku Babas at the same time has got to be like sub-pixel precise. I mean, that was so difficult. I can't even tell you.
Did you even need to do that? Or was it just like a half-second time save?
I did. Well, it was fast, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a half second. Okay, definitely don't blink here. Because I know y'all have seen some Deku trees before, but you've never seen a Deku tree like this.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's Deku tree. And this is a good time to note that this run currently is it completes the game without opening a door. So this is any percent no doors as well.
Incredible.
And during this fight, normally you'd need Slingshot or a Deku Nut, but instead I'm doing quick put away here to fight Goma without Deku Nuts.
I didn't even realize you could quick put away.
This run is also low percent.
Amazing.
So any percent, no doors, and low percent all at the same time. And then I'm doing restricted items here again to use Farore's Wind in the warp and time.
Nice.
There it is.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's it. That's Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
3D, 80% tool assist speedrun.
Yeah, first task for OoT 3D.
Sorry, I'm so excited. This is like I've been waiting
Yeah,
so long to show
I'm
this
excited to
off.
watch that. That was really cool. I knew like the invisible seam stuff. I didn't know there were gonna be that many. Like the only one I remembered was the one in Zora's Fountain. So like all the other ones were really cool.
Yeah, I'm real sad that the one in
Kakariko
Kakariko
one.
Village.
You should have done it anyway. Just don't tell anyone that it was slower.
I put it in my TAS videos. I'll make it public on YouTube, and it'll be in the TAS videos upload. So yeah, so I guess this is shameless plug time because I want it to be. So if you are interested in reading more about this speedrun, I'm going to submit this to TAS videos tonight. And again, I have like a 15-page write-up about everything that went into making this. And especially if you're interested in making a 3DS TAS yourself, I was very careful to include all of the information that I think is important for anyone to try and do it themselves. It's like the only place where not only is all the information available in one spot, I think it's the only place where most of the information is available, period.
Okay,
Or it will be.
but are you gonna submit it to TAS No Context Twitter?
I want the Deku Tree segment.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Deku Tree would be perfect for that.
I've been thinking about that for weeks.
Yeah, do it. Actually, maybe wait for it to like get accepted to TAS videos, but then definitely do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, so that's the other thing. There's definitely no guarantee that this gets published on TAS videos because currently Citro is not like an emulator that anyone, has used to do this before. So I'm sure there's going to be a discussion on whether or not people think this is cool.
Is that part of the credits normal in 3D?
Is what?
Like the camera was just like panned in the same spot for a really long time. Is that normal in OoT 3D?
Right. So because we did the credits warp, we started the credits like too far into the credits, and so it's real messed up right now.
Okay.
There's actually a really good bit coming up, and I forget how long it is because some of these scenes like
yeah. I was thinking like these scenes seem like they're taking way too long.
No, there's a couple that take a really long time. There's one where it's just like a close up on Malin, and the music has like ended by that point. So it's just like I wonder. Yeah. So there's a couple of those coming up, but there's one that's actually really funny that I like quite a bit. It might be this one coming up right here. Yeah. Okay. So it's this one. This is like my favorite one. So the runner guy is in the background. He's running away from the camera. And he's turning. He's coming.
Oh, he's coming.
He's coming. I love this part. Honestly, it's the best part of the credits.
Oh my god, please. Oh my god, yes.
Here he goes.
And it fades out. Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, that's amazing. That's timed so perfectly.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's like that looks like something that could be in a horror game.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to do a couple of quick thank yous. I've got all these written down because there's a lot of them. Yeah, this is the one with Malin. It hangs on this one for like a really long time, and it's just like kind of uncomfortable. Yeah, so a couple thank yous. Got these all written down. First off, anyone ever who's done an Ocarina of Time TAS, because every single one that's out there, I guarantee you I watched it. So Swordless Link, Homer Funky, OMG a Tree, Blueby Blah, Wayfaring Fox, Mr. Grunge. Those are some of the ones who I watched who are not included in the thank yous other places. So your TASs were invaluable for making this. Kita for helping me film that intro. Actually flew out to make that with him, and he's in it in a couple of scenes. So thank you very much. Sample name for giving me a lot of encouragement, watching some of my works in progress, and answering some of my questions. Never Doors for inspiring me with the really high quality TASs, especially All Dungeons No Doors, and for helping me proofread and edit my TAS videos submission a little bit. Pal62 for pushing the any percent record RTA in this game really, really far, and also helping me kind of figure out a couple of hard tricks and segments for this. Game Stabled, Aaron Explosives, Purple Photon for watching some of my work in progress. A lot of people, there's probably a handful, probably about 10 people who watched some of my stuff. So that was very cool. I loved getting feedback on those. Yashi and Line Cash for helping me work on Citra a little bit, because I had to really delve into the source code and figure out what was going on to document some things. ZFG for letting me stream this
Yeah.
on your channel. And
Yeah,
also
glad to show this off.
shout outs to you, Gymnast, for being Gymnast. So yeah, that's everything I got. And that's good, because the credits are about to be over, except for they're not, because there's a second credits, because it's a remake.
The secret ending.
But I don't really care if you want to play the credits or not. They're not very interesting.
Yeah, I think we'll cut at the main ending credits.
Okay, yeah, I think that's totally fine. Yeah, so I hope people. Oh, I forgot to thank the most important person. You. That's right. I'm talking about you for sitting at home and watching this TAS that I made. Yeah.
This couldn't have happened without you guys.
It couldn't have. We did this together.
We made this.
Yeah, I feel like I've just been talking a mile a minute for the past 30 minutes, so I think I'm out of things to say. So
Yeah, that was very good commentary, actually.
If you want to be bombarded with more information, definitely go check out the TAS videos page on this. So it'll be linked in my YouTube VOD. Yeah. Oh yeah, ZFG, what do you think about that intro? You like that?
Sure. Yeah, I liked it.
I had a lot of fun making that.
Did you? Is that like an N64 you've had, or did you like get one just to
bought
break
it?
it?
It was
okay.
It was broken. It was $20, and
okay.
No actual Ocarina of Time carts were harmed in the making of that movie, because that was a reproduction cart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a reproduction cart.
All right, you got to pass then.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna dip out of the stream. So thanks once again for showing this off. I had a lot of fun, and thanks everyone for watching.
All right, yeah, no problem.
Bye.
Had a lot of fun streaming this. All right, see ya. Oh wait, actually, wait, before you go. All right, never mind. All right, whatever. All right, yeah, guys. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the runs today. Too late. Here, I'll ask my Discord. Oh yeah, but thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed. So we're gonna try to raid someone. I was actually asking if Ben wanted to find someone to raid. If not, I will go choose someone. Alright, I'll just go find someone to raid. Here, we can go watch some more MM. We can go raid Dope doing MM Hundo. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think the runs today were very cool. Seems like you guys enjoyed them too. So yeah, go raid Dope. He's doing MM Hundo, and I'll see you guys later. But before I go, Kita and Ben are gonna both upload their runs to their own channels. So if you guys want to watch them later, Kita's gonna upload his run to his channel. Ben's gonna upload his to his own channel. I will link both on Twitter when they're up. So yeah, in case you guys missed them and wanted to watch them later. Yeah, with commentary. I think they'll both probably have commentary and no commentary versions. But yeah, they will be up on their respective YouTube channels later today. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.